emergency but says it will remain on high alert until early next week. The utility declared an emergency that lasted until 9 o'clock last night. It says the country was only spared load shedding due to its large consumers saving energy. It's called on all South Africans to continue to use electricity sparingly. Outgoing Eskom CEO Brian Damas says the emergency prevented rotational load shedding. He's also warned an emergency situation could be reintroduced. Well, to discuss the situation, we're now joined by the Minister of Public Enterprises, Malusi Gigaba. Thank you for joining us, Minister.
Thank you very much.
As you know, electricity is vital for commerce in this country, for healthcare, for the comfort of citizens. Yes. What do you have to say to South Africans who are dismayed and looking and worried about our infrastructure and the future of this country?
I think South Africans should continue to draw pride and be confident about the future, because we have been very transparent in the last few months and even years in explaining to all South Africans the state of the system, explaining that the system is and will remain tight until Medupi starts kicking in first power. And at the present moment, what has caused the current tight situation we're in has been the unplanned trips on several generation fleet because of their age, as well as the fact that Kahora Basa lost half its power during supply as a result of the floods. And so we've had to work overnight to return it to full capacity, which happened this morning. And so we are in a tight situation. But as we have said, as a result of the contribution, not only by the large corporate customers, but also residential customers, we have been able to save electricity and keep the lights on.
For a huge company, the mines, for instance, cutting down on 10% is still a big hit for them. Can they expect more of these hits in future?
I think at the present moment, what we are doing is to ask South Africans to be on high alert, to drastically reduce their consumption of electricity, because the situation as it stands at the present moment is quite tight. But that also includes the plant maintenance that we are undertaking, which is quite rigorous, in order to bring our power stations and generation fleet to full functionality. So the corporate customers, yes, are being hit by this situation, but because of the build program and the fact that in the next year or so, we are going to begin increasing our generation capacity, we will begin to change the situation as it stands. But I have also asked the board of Eskom to undertake additional measures to ensure that we exercise some flexibility with regard to the maintenance philosophy, but in addition to which I have directed them that they should look at other measures to increase the supply of electricity, even as we continue to address the demand side.
Minister, Eskom has said repeatedly in the past that they would have liked more hikes. They wanted people to pay more to meet the demands, to ramp up this infrastructure faster. Does this have anything to do with the fact that they didn't receive what they wanted? They only received these 8% increases for the next 5 years.
That in part has contributed, but is however not the main reason for the challenges that you are facing.
Their nurses got to change their stance, surely, the energy regulator.
We are in discussions not only with the Department of Energy, but also with the National Treasury about these challenges, because at the end of the day, any power constraints impact negatively on the economy. And we need to put our heads together and find a more sustainable solution to these challenges so that the economy of the country continues to grow. Because at the end of the day, electricity does not only respond to the increasing demand in the economy in itself, it is a stimulant for economic growth and demand. And so it's important that we should increase our supply side in order for the economy to also continue growing.
Minister, the big question then for all South Africans, when will this situation get better? And if I can ask you
we
to
expect that by next year and even 2016, the situation is going to improve. And so at the present moment, we are asking South Africans to continue to conserving electricity, to reduce their consumption of electricity in their households by hitting the message. And I think we are very happy that South Africans were encouraged by the fact that South Africans have responded positively to our calls. And what we are doing at this moment is to raise the level of alertness of South Africans, because we would like to keep the lights on. We are doing all in our power to avoid rotational load shedding. The situation is in our hands. We are on top of this situation. And South Africans, much as we are saying they must be alert, they must not panic. We will continue working very hard to ensure that we keep the lights on.